Hey guys, TGKS Productions. So in this video I'm going to be showcasing the Moonshiner storyline that was added with the Red Dead Moonshiners update. I'm sorry I didn't get this out earlier, just didn't have a lot of time to go through these missions. I didn't realize there was only 5 of them, but there are only 5 of these that can be done either solo or with posse members. You'll see here the first mission I did was actually when the update released, and I'm doing it solo, and the other 4 missions was done with my friend. And that was during sort of when the snow was out. Depending on when I release this video, the snow might still be out or it might not be. That all depends when I get this out. But in any case, I'm going to be showcasing the full storyline from beginning to end. I'm not really going to be narrating through this as much. I'm just sort of going to let you guys, watch through this. Or if you want to see a particular mission and whatnot, I may have timestamps or whatnot. Just to sort of, if you want to see a particular mission or not. But I'll probably have at least some tips, maybe at the beginning of a video. Or I'm sorry, not at the beginning of the video, at the beginning of a mission, or maybe within the mission, at least like maybe a main tip or a couple main tips, just to maybe help you through that mission. But I'm not going to be going in depth with each mission just because of the mere fact that I don't think these are that difficult, at least when compared to maybe something like the legendary bounties. I think the legendary bounties were a lot harder in Red Dead Online and definitely need a lot more explaining in a walkthrough of a sense, where this is sort of just a playthrough. I'm not really, like I said, going to narrate my way through, but I'll have some tips here and there with like maybe a mission just to sort of, help you out if you decide to do these or if you haven't done these already. But anyways, guys, we're going to get into this first mission here. Like I said, I'll pretty much just let you guys watch through this. I might have some timestamps in the beginning, but let's get into this.
Alright, I got a lead on my nephew Lem. He's been in county jail since the raid, but I got word he's about to be moved to high security at Sisika. Interesting timing, wouldn't you say? Just as I get off my deathbed. Still, probably our only chance to get him out. Now, the reason I heard is the law's moving another feller down to Sisika tomorrow. Weasley money launderer by the name of Stan Reardon, and we'll be transferring him onto Lem's convoy at some point on the route. I digress. I don't give a damn about Reardon, but if you can track down those lawmen, find out where the transfer's taking place, hopefully you can get the jump on them. Just stay sharp. You did good with Marcel. Get me Lem too, you'll be well on your way to proving yourself.
So with this first mission, real quick, one tip I'd probably give, you'll see me coming up to a camp here, at least in the first part of this mission. Definitely recommend having a shotgun on you just in case, because you're gonna have the option to go about stealthily in a sense in a lot of these missions, but it's very easy to break that. So you'll see here these enemies are in very close quarters, so you're probably gonna want to have a shotgun just in case you mess up the stealth, which is probably likely gonna happen.
Like a decent ride to the meeting point. We should look to move out soon.
Alright. When do we get to drop this fella on the Sisika convoy?
Oh, come on. I'm being good as gold here.
I ain't even sure. Breaks has got the transfer document on the table over there.
Hey, can I get a smoke? Not a chance. Oh, come on. How much do you make a month? 50? 75? Tell you not to call? I can use you one. I'll give you a year's pay. How about that?
We know about your money. That's why you're going to jail. Now keep your mouth shut, Beard.
Now when you get to this part of the mission, you're going to have to break out Lem from this convoy. What I recommend you do here is you're going to see me get up in the stand by the station. I recommend doing that. You sort of have a higher ground of attack. So to take out this convoy, it might make it a little bit easier to take, or make your shots. But once you get past this point, you do not really want to stay up here because there's going to be a ton of enemies coming in. You will likely die if you stay up here. The biggest thing I would say after you get past this point, taking out the convoy, is be smart with your cover. You'll see for part of the mission I stay in cover sort of in this little outdoor room in a sense in the station. You'll see what I'm talking about here in a few seconds, but that's sort of where I just shot that guy. That's sort of the room that I'm talking about. You'll see me take cover in there, but you also see me moving around a bit too, because there's going to be enemies coming from different directions. I might not have be able to hit them all from that room, so you'll use those boxes that you see outside. A lot of times you'll have enemies coming from just one certain direction, or from from maybe or one side in a sense. So be smart about what cover you pick, sort of try to cut down your angles. This is the room that I'm talking about too, by the way. The other big thing is use the paint it black, the ability paint it black, the dead eye. That will really come in handy. You'll see me use a lot in that. So those are probably the best tips I can give you for this part of the mission.
Who are you? Are you getting me out of here? Oh, Maggie! She is alive! Oh, thank God! Am I glad to see you?
Man, take him down!
No, it's revenue men. The bastards must have been tailing us. What the hell? You're hick! Oh, God, they'll pin all this on me. I know. Don't you dare fall behind. You best finish them behind us all. Forward. Oh, you good. We need to get the hell out of here before anyone else decides to show up. So, what's the plan now? You got transport, or we on foot? I'm ready. Let's go. Come on, quick. Mount up. There might be more of them coming. That's a fine-looking animal you got there. All right, then. Take me wherever my aunt is. Well, this sure wasn't how I thought today was gonna turn out. Aunt Maggie. I don't believe it. I mean, part of me always held some hope, and there'd been rumors. But that's why they decided to move me to Sisika. Figured if she was alive, it might be the one thing to draw her in. Guess they were right. Problem is, they always did underestimate Aunt Maggie. Tough don't even begin to describe her. But as you probably know this already, she controlled the moonshine business in Lemoyne for years. Till the government sent in that bastard Reed Hickson. Most ruthless feller I ever crossed paths with. He doesn't drink, doesn't smoke, doesn't curse, but he is pure evil. The other revenuers we could handle, but once Hickson was after us, we just couldn't get off the back foot. Kept moving from place to place, but it was only a matter of time before he caught up with us at one of the cookhouses. Still makes me shiver just remembering it. They trussed her up, blew up the still, and threw her inside there to fry. I couldn't do nothing but watch as they held me back. The flames just kept getting higher. Whole place started caving in. I swear, it's the only time I ever seen Hickson smile. Burning a woman alive. Probably got a medal for it, too. The last thing I see as they're dragging me away, Danny Lee, hiding in the trees, just looking on. In jail, I heard they tried for months to hunt him down, but he must have found some protection. Always did have a knack of slithering his way into holes, that snake. Aunt Maggie!
You're late.
Aunt Maggie, I can't believe it.
Oh, I don't die so easy.
I didn't know if you were...
I know. But we're here now, and I am gonna make it right. All of it.
Le mon ami! Are you okay?
Marcel,
Oui, c'est moi.
what are you doing here?
Oh, how charming.
Lots changed, Lem.
Can I get you some soup or perhaps something stronger, huh?
Marcel, put him in my room for now.
But of course. Come on, then.
I miss this old place.
Get some sleep. We got a lot of catching up to do. Thank you for this. He's a dope sometimes, but he is all I got. Go down and grab yourself a drink. Make sure you get an extra cut out of my side of the business. You've earned it.
What are you waiting for? The rest you can remove yourself.
Okay, I just found out that the Braithwaites and Danny Lee are cooking shine out in the swamps of Bayou Noir. So, seeing as they gave me such a warm welcome on my return, I figure it's only polite to repay the favor. There's an old stash of explosives, the good stuff. I'll show you on the map. That should make short work of any stills they're using. Plenty of routes in there. You could hijack their supply wagon. You could even go by river. But I'll leave that to you. It's time to hit 'em hard, where it hurts.
You'll see here up in the left corner of the screen, it basically says I can use a Moonshiner wagon, or basically steal this moonshine wagon and use it to get into the camp. We did not decide to take that route. In fact, I didn't get to read that paragraph in time to even know what it said. I didn't realize that as I'm watching this again. I realized that's what it said, so I don't really know how that works exactly, going about it that way, but you have a few different ways you can go about this. I'd say at least 3. You hear Maggie say in the beginning you can take sort of a canoe or a boat, and obviously go in that way since you're in the marsh area, in the Blue Water Marsh. And then you can also use that wagon. So we just went in, just pretty much rode our horses right in. You're still gonna have the option to go about it in a stealth way, but I'm not really sure, you know, how the whole wagon works getting in, because it supposedly lets you go right past the guards. But we just ended up going in. I think we even eventually broke stealth. Again, you don't fail the mission if you break stealth. It just might be a little bit harder, but overall, we were still able to really complete this mission with no problem. So one thing I want to note right there, that could almost be a tip within itself, make sure if you're using the bow and arrow, because a lot of times, you know, if you're trying to go about a mission in a stealth way, you're going to use that. Make sure you have the correct arrows chosen, or you're using the arrows you want to use, since there's a number of them. You got tracking arrows, you know, explosive arrows, you know, the fire arrows, or the dynamite arrows, I believe, are explosive ones. And obviously right there, I accidentally had the small game ones picked. And obviously it's not going to kill at least a NPC with one hit even to the head, and that sort of messed me up. I didn't realize I didn't have the regular ones chosen, which is the ones you're going to want to use in a stealth sort of situation. So make sure you have the correct arrows chosen when you're using the bow and arrow if you're trying to go about a mission in a stealth way. So I say a big tip with this mission, depending on, or I should really say no matter which way you go about this, whether you use the wagon or you take the boat in initially or you just sort of ride in and take all the enemies out, you'll see here eventually it even says return to the missions you see in the top left of the screen. Don't try to ride to the next location because it's just going to be a pain. It's going to try to take you on this weird route and you might end up going out of the mission area. There's actually going to be a boat. I believe even when you were watching me take out the stills at that first drop, there was a boat icon on the map. Just use that boat to ride right over to the next one. It's not that far at all. It's pretty much just right across the water. And again, this isn't like a river or anything like that. This is like a swamp, so it's not going to take you long to get across. But use that boat. Don't try to ride across whatnot, because number one, you might end up maybe failing the mission because you're out of the mission area, or B, it's just going to take you a lot longer than needed to get to that second drop. So use the boat to get to the second drop. I would also recommend using the boat to get back, just because of the location of the second drop. It would probably make it a little bit easier on yourself. So again, I would definitely recommend using the boat to get back to that first drop, and then using your horse from that point to, return to your moonshine shack.
Hey there. Made it in one piece. So, we good then? Excellent. That should send a clear enough message. I'd say you've earned yourself a drink.
Thought I'd find you here. What the hell you think you playing at?
It's all right.
That was a real dumb move.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I thought I warned you.
You know, all them years, I never realized just how much a coward you really are.
You go to hell, Maggie.
Oh, I already have. And let me tell you, you will like it. My God. Just look at these bastards, Danny Lee. You think they'll give a single damn about you? I mean, who's this sap?
Bartholomew Braithwaite.
Yeah, I know who you are. So, your family's running moonshine now, huh? How the mighty have fallen.
You're finished. Stay finished. Well, I swear next time, you'll burn for good.
You know, next time you should send someone more intimidating.
Don't you worry about that. Come on.
Thanks for stopping by, fellas. Oh, I have barely even started. Come on, let's have that drink. All right, not sure if you heard, but I sent Lem up north to collect some special ingredients that should really help us broaden our market. Stuff Danny Lee won't even have heard of. Felt like a really good job for Lem. With you around, he's been a little jealous. Anyway, he's bringing it in by boat and should be docking soon in Annisburg. There's already some wagons arranged to bring it all back, but I'd appreciate it if you'd head over there just, you know, for some extra security. Better safe than sorry these days.
Land ahoy! Grab that plank, set it down there. Whew! Permission to come aboard. So, this here's the merchandise. It's top-notch stuff, so be careful with it. Come on, help me get it unloaded. Ooh, watch your foot in there, landlubber. Wait, where are the wagons? I arranged 2 drivers. God damn it! I planned this whole thing. Least folks can do is show up on time. Train's coming in. Just act natural.
Everyone stay right where you are. This is Agent Reed Hickson of the Bureau of Internal Revenue. Lemuel Fike, you are under arrest for the manufacture and distribution of an illegal substance, escaping state custody, running bail, and tax evasion. And today, we will bring the fullest force of the law down upon you. You just can't stop running your mouth, can you moronic hick? You need to watch who you talk to. Move in and bag those rats. And bring Fike to me.
You hold them off. I'll try and start the engine.
I'm gonna kill you first.
Keep them fast. I need some time to get the damn thing
So at this point in the mission, you have the choice to either stay on shore or get on the boat. I chose to get on the boat. I really don't know exactly what happens if you stay on shore, but at least on the boat you pretty much have to protect Lem from guys on shore, as well as some boats that ride up and have enemies on them. So my friend and I, based off what he says, 'cause he says he's not going to wait any longer, I guess, you know, if you have posse members, you may be able to split up. We decided to stay together, so I'm not 100% sure about that. But a couple things I want to say for sure is before you go into this mission, especially if you decide to get on the boat, make sure you have your weapons chosen, because pretty much right going into the mission, once you get off your horse and you trigger the cutscene, you're not going to have a chance to get your weapons back. Or I should say weapons that you want. Pretty much the weapons you have chosen at that time are what you're going to have. And you can see the weapons that I have really for the approach that I took. You know, having to hit enemies on boats and then even on shore, considering the distance, I would have definitely wanted something like a bolt action rifle or repeater. And I have a double barrel shotgun, you know, a Navy revolver, volcanic pistol, and a bow and arrow. Really didn't do me that, you know, good. I mean, I was still able to manage, but you want to make sure you have the weapons chosen that are going to benefit you in this mission. So make sure you have those chosen before you trigger the cutscene with Lem. The other thing is you saw right there, I fell off the boat. If you happen to fall off the boat, you have to get on immediately, because if you don't, you have a chance. You have a little bit of time to get back on, depending on where you fall off. If you fall off the very back, you might not be able to. But if you fall off, make sure you get right back on the boat again, because if you don't, you eventually will not be able to swim. You'll not be able to catch up to the boat in time, and you end up running out of stamina and then dying, obviously using one of your team lives. The reason why I know that, and sort of the last tip I want to give, is make sure, I recommend staying on the side of the boat that's furthest from land and sort of peeking out. You see, we were a little bit comfortable here. The reason why I said is it will come a time at different points on the shore where enemies will have rolling block rifles, and it will drain your health instantly. This was actually the only mission that I died on. I got hit with a rolling block rifle. I tried to run to the other side of the boat, and it was too fast for me, and I ended up respawning in the water, which was a little bit ridiculous, and I wasn't able to swim to catch up to the boat. So that's sort of why I'm saying that. So sort of recap that, make sure you have the weapons that you want before you trigger the cutscene. If you fall off the boat, make sure you get back on the boat, you know, pretty much instantaneously, otherwise you won't be able to catch the boat. And, you know, definitely stay near cover, or maybe on the far side of the boat, just so in case you get hit with a rolling block rifle, you'll be able to counter quickly or use a tonic quickly, because they can kill you very quickly, as you'll see what happened to me.
I'm gonna look for a spot to bring us in. No, shit! Why did I go and jinx it? Guns up! They're still on us!
Oh! There's a spot to moor up. It's shallow water, so we'll need to take it slow.
So as I stated earlier, you do need to be careful. There's enemies on shore with the rolling block rifle, but I'm assuming sort of what happened here, like I said, I ended up getting killed in the water too, because it spawned me. You saw it sort of glitch there. I don't even know what happened when it tried to spawn me on the boat. But in any case, like I said, I assume this is sort of the onshore or the offshore onshore approach, where instead of getting on the boat, you sort of just take out the enemies on shore. I'm sort of get somewhat similar to this, I don't know, but essentially just try to help I just try to help my friend out on the boat and just take out these enemies on shore with my horse. So I would just recommend doing that if something similar happens to you in this mission.
Okay! I think that's all of them! Christ, that was a close one! Oh, all right, these docks look clear. Let's unload and get the hell out of here! All right, that's the last one. Oh, thank you. Goddamn revenuers. It's like Hickson's got some sixth sense or something. I'll find how this got out, believe you me, starting with them drivers. Can't trust anybody these days. Anyway, at least we got what we came for. I'll see you back at the house. Yeah.
No. Okay, I just found out something very interesting. Danny Lee's running a bottling operation out of Butcher Creek, of all places. I was just thinking how embarrassing it would be for the master distiller if something was to get into his mix and sour the hooch. Especially if you do it without them realizing. Now, I got a little recipe that should do just the trick. You have to use it when it's real fresh, though. I've jotted down all the ingredients and where you can find them. The rest, the fun part, I'll leave in your capable hands. And if all else fails, just destroy the shit.
So there's 3 ingredients here you're going to have to get for Maggie's mixture. So if you have more posse members, you're going to want to split up here. The first sort of area we had to search, we sort of just ran into it, was we had to get animal fat. There should be like a bear or some wild boars in the area, at least where I was at, since I was sort of above Lemoyne. So if you're in that area, I just recommend, like I said, a wild boar or a bear is going to have animal fat. I believe my friend killed a bear here, and he was able to get the animal fat. And from that point, we had 2 more locations. We ended up splitting up, and we got the other 2 ingredients from there. So most likely in one of these search areas you're going to encounter enemies. I believe my friend also had enemies. I believe he ended up attacking the enemies. For the most part, at least the area that I was at, I was near a fort. I believe this is where the Cecil C. Tucker bounty took place, the legendary bounty. But the herbs were outside of the fort, so I really didn't have to attack any of these enemies. I did take one out because he was getting a little bit suspicious, but for the most part you can probably avoid these enemies and just get the herbs. Like I said, none of them would have really probably been inside that fort there. So I just recommend that if you're looking for these ingredients, you might not necessarily have to take out the enemies, just trying to make it easier for yourself. Like I said, I avoided all the enemies except for the one that you'll see right there. He's getting a little bit suspicious of me, and I was able to get the herbs really with pretty much avoiding all those enemies just for that one. So I recommend doing that. Of course you won't fail the mission, even if you do happen to kill all the enemies, but I'm just trying to make it easier on you, as far as you don't need to take these enemies out. You can avoid them. So for the second part of the mission here, you have to go to this area and essentially, I believe, destroy these stills, sort of the stills like you did in the second mission, or at least the one where you had to go to Lemoyne for. So the one thing that I will say here is it does recommend that obviously you try to do it undetected. I believe you even might get paid a little bit more if you do it undetected. Unfortunately here, I don't know, for whatever reason, my friend accidentally alerted an enemy, and I thought I was able to kill the enemy in time, but they still got alerted. Make sure you have a shotgun, not really the one that I have, double barrel shotgun. I still was able to manage with it, but you're gonna want something like a pump shotgun or even a semi-auto shotgun, because there's going to be a lot of dogs, like 10 or 15 dogs in this area, and they can easily, you know, tackle you and kill you. They're not necessarily as dangerous as like the wolves, but they still can easily, you know, take you out if you're not being careful. You see, my friend ended up getting killed by them, so you do need to be careful of that. So make sure you have a shotgun, like, you know, a good shotgun, like a pump shotgun or a semi-auto shotgun, in the case that you mess this up, so you're able to take out the dogs easily. Also, if a dog happens to get too close to you, I use this in the legendary bounty, the Wolfman dive. It should counter the dog attack. You actually see this happen a little bit later in this mission. Now right here, I don't really recommend that you do this, but there was I believe a tarot card nearby, or one of the collectibles you can sell to Madame Nazar in a collection. So I decided to pick this up. Really wouldn't recommend doing that. I mean, you could obviously risk yourself getting killed. Pretty much what I did is I had my friend cover me while I was getting, and then I covered him while he was getting it. So, you know, if you're with other posse members, you come by collectible, you can do that. But if you're going solo, that could be a risk. Obviously, you know, you're trying to grab it and you're getting hit by all these enemies. So I don't know if I'd really recommend that. But you know, we sort of had a system going when we grabbed this. But yeah, you know, you might come across a few collectibles here and there in these missions.
Not bad. I want to thank you again. I couldn't have done any of this without you. We got a quality product, control the market. Competition is in pieces. We are running the show again. But we both know there's unfinished business. Danny Lee, the Braithwaites, the Revenuers. Writing's been on the wall for these sons of bitches for too long now. Today's the day we wipe it clean.
All done.
You mixed it right?
It's good. I did it with Marcel.
All right then. Now, Lem here, he set a meet with Danny Lee and Braithwaite. Let on he wants to cut a deal on the side. Anything to get out from overbearing Aunt Maggie.
She can be overbearing.
And they're desperate enough by now. As for Hickson, we floated word to him. Chance to get us, Danny Lee, and the Braithwaites in one swoop.
We're gonna get there early, douse the spot in this, and give him a hell of a surprise.
If you can get Danny Lee alive, you bring him here to me. If not, well, so be it. As for Hickson, he promised me he'll smile when he takes his last breath. All right, go get the wagon ready. It's time. You watch him for me. He's, well, he ain't you.
So I personally mix this whole batch, every single bottle. Well, me and Marcel. Good hooch puts hairs on your chest, but this stuff, it'll torch them right off. Kira Shine, I like to call it. Well, anyway, we'll pour this stuff all around the meeting spot. Wait for the Three Musketeers to show up. And boom! Ring of fire! Deal with Braithwaite was no Lemoyne Raiders, so it should just be the three of them. Christ knows who Hickson will bring along with him for the ride, but we do this right. They won't even know what hit them. Sitting ducks. The
blast doesn't kill them, we'll pick them off one by one from the trees. Pow, pow, pow! Danny Lee, Braithwaite, Hickson. Today's the day we deal with a lot of them. Okay, we're almost there. Park the wagon just ahead where we can get a nice spread of moonshine around it. Okay, we have to move fast here. Get the shine off the wagon. We're gonna douse this whole area. Up like hell. Yeah, that should be enough for that spot. Take out Hickson first. If Danny Lee survives the blast, remember, Aunt Maggie wants him alive. That looks good. All right, that looks pretty good. Now, come on, let's find some cover. Where is he?
Move. Wagon's here. Lamb! It's Danny Lee!
Well, this stuff stinks. Well, this is their recipe. I'm not sure I want it.
Lamb!
You got 1 minute, Fuck. We're out of here.
Hold it right there.
What the hell is this? You said it was all good.
It was.
Mr. Caton, I feel like you've been avoiding me. And you must be the Braithwaite. How sad. From prince to peasant.
I got guns covering this whole area.
Is that a threat?
Let me go. I'll call him off. And you can have Danny Lee.
What, Mr. Braithwaite?
I can have him. How very kind of you.
And I also have $100. Right here.
Well, never let it be said that I'm not a reasonable man. Go on, then, if you're going.
Why are they letting him go?
Really?
You're all but finished anyway. I only catch the big fish.
Put your goddamn hands up! All right, start moving.
God damn you.
Oh, here he is, the half-wit. It's not really his fault, fellas. His mother drank a lot.
Goddamn son of a bitch.
Thanks for all this. Didn't you ever wonder why I kept you alive, you born idiot? How's your aunt, by the way? I never got a chance to ask you at the boat. I hear she's looking well.
You bastard! I didn't know what else to do. Hickson and Danny Lee, they went that way. Go after Hickson first. Danny Lee, he's in a bad way. He won't get far. Finish Hickson. And bring Danny Lee to Maggie.
So right here, it's very important that you follow sort of that bounty target you see on the map. I believe that's Hickson. He'll sort of lead you along the path through this fire, because you'll actually see my friend died once or twice going through here. It's very easy to get killed. Pretty much if you even like touch the fire, you're going to be on fire, and if you're trying to run, you could easily kill yourself. So you'll see he killed himself once or twice, so be careful of that. Like I said, you will have a little bit of a path. Sort of use that bounty target as your almost as your compass in a sense, to try to find the path and get through this fire here, because like I said, it's very easy if you're not quick. I believe it even sort of closes in a little bit, so you need to be quick, but use the bounty target you're seeing on the mini map to sort of help you find your way through this path here. once you get through the fire, you're going to end up coming up to this, or at least eventually coming up to sort of this abandoned building where you're going to end up killing Hickson. There is going to be a Gatling gun. What I recommend doing is sort of make it easier on yourself. If you have like a rifle or repeater, try to dead-eye him from the distance. You might even be able to use the Gatling gun. I believe I ended up dead-eyeing him when I got a little bit closer because I used the I was dual wielding the Navy revolver and the volcanic pistol. But if you have something like, you know, a bolt action rifle or a repeater, definitely you could get him from a distance. Like I said, you might even be able to utilize that to your advantage to kill the rest of the enemies in the long run.
Okay, I think this is all gotten a little out of hand now, don't you? You know what they do to people that murder federal agents? I can make that go away. You kill me, you'll be running the rest of your life. Come on. That president is just using you like she uses everyone else.
So I skipped ahead there. Unfortunately, my friend ended up dying using our last team life. But essentially, you got a hogtie Danny Lee. What I recommend is if you have the reinforced lasso, use that. If you have the bullets, you might even be able to use that to take him down. But definitely, honestly, even if you use the regular lasso, I mean, you get thrown into a cutscene pretty quickly after this, about a minute after this. So, you know, even if you use the regular one, this isn't like really a bounty mission. But if you have the reinforced lasso, I definitely recommend using that.
I already know how this is gonna go. She fixes all the story in her head and then there's no changing it. I mean, what choice did I have? You think I wanted to work for the damn Braithwaites? I needed protection, but I was just trying to survive. Like everybody else.
Oh, the guest of honor. Finally. Give me your knife. You know, I was so looking forward to seeing you that I got you your favorite whiskey. Go on. Give the man a drink.
I'm fine.
Give my goddamn drink!
What do you want from me?
You snake! You left me to die!
What was I supposed to do?
6 years. I gave you my trust, my power.
Power? Listen to you. You can't see yourself, Maggie. You never could.
Oh, I see myself. I can't not see myself. But I won't slink off like a coward. I'll look you dead in the eye.
Maggie, please.
Get out of here. And I mean so far away you'll never see me again.
I'm...
Just go, Danny Lee. Now here, it is good whiskey. And Hickson, good. You know, maybe it's time for me to move on myself. Too many memories around here. I don't know. Maybe not. For now, prosper.
Alright guys, so that was the whole Moonshiner story, all 5 missions. It's really cool at the end here. You get a Moonshiner award as well as a Moonshiner buckle for completing all 5 of these missions. You can also replay them at 3 different difficulties, and I believe you can either go to Maggie to start one up or in the progress section in the pause menu, so that's really cool. But anyways, hope you enjoyed the story. Hope you found it beneficial. Let me know what you think of the tips. If anybody, depending on how much you watch of this, if you like the tips throughout it. Like I said, I didn't want to really narrate the whole way through because I didn't think they were as difficult as the legendary bounties, but I definitely think that, some tips were needed here and there that definitely could help some people that would have helped me if I could have, had those tips myself. The other thing I didn't really, one thing I would have liked to have been able to do but I didn't really get was the amounts for each mission. I really wasn't able to keep track of that like I did with the legendary bounty, so I'm not exactly sure how much you make off all 5 of these missions. I'm sure you get more your first time through, as well as maybe if you're playing on a higher difficulty, I'm assuming you're also going to get more as well, as far as roll XP or XP and cash, and maybe even gold. But I wasn't really able to keep track of that. But in any case, I really think that these missions are really fun. Didn't take too long. Shouldn't take you more than an hour and a half, 2 hours to go through, at least on standard difficulty. Like I said, they're really fun to play through. Definitely recommend you do that. But in any case, guys, hope you enjoyed this long video. Hope you found it beneficial. And as always, have a great day.